the yapping begin. Today I'll be talking about my favorite films, my top 4 on Letterboxd. So if you don't follow my Letterboxd, you can check it out. It's here. It's so hard to choose your top 4s, at least for me, because I have so many films that I have such different connections to. I have so many favorites, so it's impossible to just pick 4. But these are my top 4. These films have been very meaningful to me. I have my little notebook here with some things that I'll be covering. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first one on the list is La La Land. I actually watched La La Land in 2023, last year, so incredibly late. But this has happened to me many times before with like TV shows and films where they come out and I don't watch them then, but then years after I just decide to watch them. I don't know, the same thing was with Stranger Things and a bunch of other like shows where I just wasn't like, I didn't think I would like them, so I didn't watch them. Most of the time, the films that I think that I will not like are the ones that became my favorite. But anyway, so I watched it in 2023 with my mom, and right from the first seconds of the film, I realized that I'm about to witness something fucking amazing, because like, what the fuck? It was just so magical from the moment we saw the first scene to like the ending. I can't even imagine what it's like to see this film for the first time, because I would give anything to do that, but also not because I would break my heart all over again. There are many reasons I love that film. First of all, let's talk about Damien Chazelle. That guy is a fucking genius. All of his films are so extraordinary. I am amazed by how his mind works. He's so incredible. Also, I heard he's doing a new film right now, and I'm so excited to see the outcome because I think it'll be fucking amazing. I love how they show how complex love can be, and that love isn't just like in one way. You can love somebody in different ways and in different forms, and your love can become something else. And they have such unconditional love, and they respect each other. And I love how they show that careers can come first sometimes in your life, and that your partner isn't always the first priority. And this film in general is realistic, and it isn't like a typical love story. It also shows that you can be so right, but also so wrong in the timeline of life. And by different shots, they show this beautiful story, and these marvelous characters evolve. And you just get to see them do their dreams, but not with each other anymore. Which is like, ah. But yeah, it is very beautiful. And although it breaks my heart that they're not together by the end, I think it makes the film, because if they were together by the end, it would just be like a dreamlike film, just like a happy story, which is also great, but I don't think it would be that impactful and that meaningful as it is now. Also, the characters are very comforting and relatable. I mean, for all the art lovers and artists, you know, I find Mia's character to be literally me. I relate to her so much, and I bet that a lot of actors do, because that is what the work is like. And so yeah, it is very comforting and validating and beautiful, and it's just so meaningful. This film is so special in so many ways. But yeah, enough about La La Land. Actually, I can never have enough of La La Land. But I can never get enough of La La Land, because I have the CD, I have the vinyl, I have the... What else do I have? I have the DVD, I have posters. I have everything you can think of La La Land. So clearly I cannot get enough of it. But for this moment, let's move on. So next on my list, I have a film that I die for, that I think is one of the best films ever created. But, well, there are a lot of people that love it and think it's a masterpiece just like me, but I just got to know that there are a lot of people that also are like, what is the hype about?
and that they don't get it.
It's like, everyone can have their opinion, but I just think this is like one of the greatest ever. So the film is Interstellar by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan, the motherfucking god of cinema. He also amazes me. I cannot comprehend how a person can think of all these things and come up with all these concepts, and he's just a genius. So, well-deserved Oscar. But let's get into Interstellar. So, Interstellar was also a film that I did not watch because I thought that, I don't know, I don't know why I didn't watch it, I just didn't. And I watched it in 2022, I think. And let me tell you, that film impacted me so heavily. I have not been able to rewatch it, even though it's one of my favorite films, because here's the thing. Some of my favorite films, like La La Land and Interstellar, for example, I cannot rewatch them easily. I have not been able to rewatch any of them yet, because they affect me so deeply. And just like movies in general, I get so affected by movies and what I see in film because it's just so meaningful to me, and I just cannot let myself live through that trauma of like rewatching the films again, because I know I would be like feeling, you know, kind of low afterwards, or just like moved, and I don't know. Anyway, why do I love Interstellar? I think it's kind of obvious, but it's just so fucking beautiful and thought out and so smart. It's the perfect film because it's so emotional, so smart, so interesting, and about space also, which you get to know like so many things. And what makes it really special, there are many scenes in this film that are incredible, but this one scene just like did something to me. When Cooper is in space and Murph is in the library and she's looking through the books, that is when I was like, oh my god, like goosebumps all over. Like, that scene is just like pure cinema. Just like the whole film is just like screams, this is cinema. This film is, it's everything, you know? So I think you should be mentally prepared to watch this, and also like to figure out everything. But it has plot twists as well, which is like a common theme in Nolan's films. So yeah, this is a film that I hold very dear to my heart. And that film is also how I discovered Jessica Chastain, who is one of my favorite actors. I had seen her before, but that film was when I was like, oh my god. And after that I just stalked like her whole filmography. Okay, so third on the list, we've got The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This film is just like also affected me so deeply. Like, it's just so beautiful and emotional, and just shows you how people and friendships and relationships can do so much in your life. It's just so interesting and beautiful to see Charlie's evolution, and him evolving as a person throughout the film. It's a very comforting film as well, and I bet it's very relatable for a lot of people, Charlie's character, and just like in general, because all of them have their own problems. So it is very interesting to see how they deal with them and what happens. It's just a beautiful, sweet, amazing film that shows you a lot of beautiful things. And I think everybody should watch that film at least once in their life, because it's beautiful. The book, I read it, I think I read it after I watched the film, actually. Mostly people read the books before watching the films, but sometimes I do the opposite. And the last film I have for today is Carol. Carol is a film that also impacted me, and when I saw it, I was just like, immediately after I watched that film, I went and cut my hair short, because I have brown hair and I cut it short because of Therese. Do what you want with that. I clearly have a little obsession with films, but it's alright. It is a thing when watching film or reading a book and you become so like invested and obsessed, so you like change your style and you know, just your looks. I don't know. But yeah, Carol. I actually also read the book after watching the film, so this film is so incredibly beautiful. It is so beautiful. The cinematography is insane. I love it so much. And it is so poetic. It is so poetic. And the love story is very special because it is so delicately and beautifully shown. That film is just so meaningful and special, and it is, I think, is one of the greatest lesbian love stories in film that we've got. Again, shows that you can be right but also wrong for each other, depending on like different timings and that stuff. So Kate Blanchett is one of my favorite actresses, so this film is very special for me because of that also. And talk about the soundtrack. This soundtrack is so good. It is so beautiful. It's like when I hear it, I'm just like, I cannot. Just so marvelous. Like everything about it. I'm just so mesmerized by Kate in that film. I think we all are. We're just like, I just can't. Yeah, Carol is a very beautiful movie, and it is poetry for your eyes. So I think if you want a deep, a little bit heartbreaking, beautiful love story, then I think you should check that one out because you will not regret it. And that was actually all the films that I have for today. But I will be making more of these because I love talking about different films that I like. And it's fun. So I'll be making more. But these were my top 4. Also I have strawberry nails. I don't know if you can see. So yeah, I really hope you liked the video. And comment what type of cinema, film content you would like to see in the future. Because I'll be making more. Before I go, I'll show you how my profile looks with the top 4 that we just discussed. Oh, I don't think you can see it, but yeah. Amazing films, so if you haven't seen them, which they're pretty popular, but if you haven't, then big recommendations. Bye!